Hello, strong people. Week 4, day 1 of Northeast Regional Battle at the Bridge Prep. I am sweating really bad already. Whew. We got a weird one today. Press day, main press day. So we have log axle medley. Competition run, slightly below comp weight. 4 reps on each, alternating back and forth in under 75 seconds. Trying to think of what I want to do here because I'm going to have to press outside or something because I just don't have the room in here to, because how this is going to be set up is log is going to be, one spot, and then to the right or the left of it, whichever, is where the axle is going to be. So you got to go one, start one, shuffle to the right or the left, go to the other, shuffle back and forth. And I just don't have the space to do that in here. So I guess we're going to press outside. I've never pressed outside before. Well, I have, but it was under a canopy. And if you're unfamiliar with pressing outside, people generally say it's harder because there's no real focal point up above. If you're inside, you're usually picking a spot on the ceiling to stare at or something. And obviously, when you're outside, there is no ceiling. So balance could be a little bit iffy. I don't know. I've never done it. So, and hopefully I can find some fairly even ground to do it on. And I'm a little bit frustrated because I don't have 2 pairs of crash pads. So, I could use my axle wagon wheels, but I'm a little bit worried about bending those if I drop them like that. So, might be cleaning the axle from the floor today. I'm trying to think. Yeah, that's what we're going to have to do. Clean the axle from the ground, I should say. That's going to be a little bit harder because it's lower to the ground, but we'll make do. All right, so this one's going to take a little bit of setup, and I got to warm up and all that fun stuff. So, let's get to it. Update after the first set. Oh, and if you're wondering why this eye is red, it's because there's a sty in it. Every time I cut my hair, my sweat ends up in my eyes, and it's just made a sty. So that hurts, but not a big deal. What I wanted to talk about is pressing on grass is difficult. I didn't anticipate that part. I figured it'd be a little bit weird, but I didn't expect it to be more difficult. And yeah, staring into the sky is a little bit weird. I don't notice it on log as much because I'm not push pressing it, so I'm not standing in the rack position. I'm just viper pressing it. So I'm not focusing into the sky. On the axle though, I am push pressing it, so I have to focus on something up above, but obviously it's difficult because there's nothing to focus on up there. And you can try it, but the clouds move. So, but something I didn't think about was I can feel my ankles working to stabilize me in the grass because it's not a solid, like it's firm, but it's not like, it's not plywood. I'm not standing on plywood, so it's I do have plywood right here. I think I'm going to go throw that down for set 2. But I can feel my ankles working. My ankles, my legs working to stabilize me more so. And that could be, the grass being uneven and also staring into the sky, so I'm a little bit wobbly. But it's different. I don't dislike it. Like the weight's no problem. It's just balance is off. And like everybody in my neighborhood's cutting grass right now, and it is just wreaking havoc on my throat. It's so sore right now. But I'm happy with the way things are moving, honestly. So I'm not going to complain too much. I'm going to go throw that plywood down and move on to the next set. All right, so about to do my third set, and there is no part of me that wants to do the third set. Just no, I don't want to at all. But I don't know. I'm going to do it anyway. I don't really know how else to describe it. I mean, nothing in me is saying you should go do that set, except some little voice that's like, what's wrong with you? Why are you even thinking about not doing that last set? It makes no sense that you would think that. I'm absolutely going to throw up after this set. I can feel it already. But I'm going to do it anyway. All right. No more thinking about it. Just going to go do it. That was a good set, I guess. I lived. Right before ow! I hit my ankle. Right before I went on that set, I had a thought that I've been starting with log and finishing with axle, you know, because it's 4 back and forth. So I do my 4th rep on my log, then I do my 4th rep on my axle, and that would be the set. I'm better at log than I am at axle. I believe cleaning and pressing a log, I should say just cleaning a log, is easier in my mind than cleaning an axle. And so with that logic, it would make more sense to save the thing you're better at for last. So, you know, you're not quite as tired. You know, that there's a big difference between rep 7 and rep 8 on something like that. So, by starting with axle, I would finish with log, and I don't know how much of a difference it actually made. I mean, I'm still just tired by that 8th rep. I didn't do any of those in the time my coach wanted me to. And I'm not mad about that. Just because I was having to stabilize, stand and stabilize for an extra few seconds on each rep. And I could have rushed the transitions a little bit faster, but I was trying to get the breathing down. There's a lot of technique in the methodicalness. I don't know if that's a word, but like when I was doing just axle clean and press for reps last week, the last few weeks, it would be, I would drop the axle, breathe out, get my big breath, and then do it all at once. So it would be plop, axles on the pads, I breathe out, get my grip, breathe in, go. So there's no extra breath in between reps. There's only what's necessary. And that's what I was trying to do there on those sets. So it would be, at this point I've done it, I've been doing this long enough to, it kind of comes a little bit natural, but I was trying to really focus on it more on the last rep. So it was like, set down the implement, maybe an extra breath on the walkover, out, get grip, breathe in, and then go. And I think that's the way to do it. Because you're not really out of breath until like 6, 7, 8 reps. And really, I don't want the implement sitting on my chest longer than I have to. And with no focal point above me, just staring into the. There was clouds at the start. There's no clouds now. It's just perfectly blue sky. So I'm just staring into nothingness, and it's definitely, it is tough to stabilize. I will not lie. But I'm okay with that, because I think that what I just did there is going to be harder than competition. It's just a thought. Just because, you know, it's uneven ground, whatever. But I can make a bunch of things there. Uneven ground, staring into nothing. It is what it is. I'm happy with that, though. Not happy with the speed. I know I can be faster. Yeah, I don't have much else. I haven't thrown up yet, but I feel it coming on. My throat still hurts really bad. It's so dry by the end of those sets. Like, I want to get a drink of water, but I'm trying to catch my breath, so I don't want to drown at the same time. That'd be really bad. So, the worst part is I have to bring all that stuff back in now. It's not as bad as a yoke or farmer's, but it's still not ideal. So I think I have seated press outs or something right now. You'll find out here in like 2 seconds. So let's see. All right, we'll do this first set and then we'll talk. Ooh. Might need to add a little bit of weight to that, I think. Yeah, we'll go up. I didn't really do much of a warm-up on that just because I'm already low for the most part. So there's a couple of 10s here. We'll just throw those on. Should be all right. Hopefully those don't fall off. Well, I really thought I was going to throw up there after that last axle log medley set thingy. I didn't. I think I'm just stupid, basically. Because the first thing I want to do after that set is I want to get some water in me. My mouth is so dry. I don't know if it's from being sick or allergies, whatever it is, but it's just like cotton mouth. So I want to just chug water. But it, you know, when you chug water like that, it just doesn't always sit well. So it's really just, it's self-induced. Today I didn't quite do that. I settled down a little bit before I had some water, and I didn't, you know, slug half a gallon. I did end up drinking half a gallon today, though, which I need to do for these. You know, it was a warm day today. It could have been a lot worse. Obviously, most of the time I press inside. Well, all the time. That's the first time I've pressed outside. I always press in the shed, and when I press in here, I have to keep the garage door down, because if it's up, I hit it. And when that garage door is up, it just keeps all the heat in. When I have that up and I have this door open behind the camera, it's like a nice little wind tunnel through here. It's almost like I have a fan going all the time. And that feels pretty nice. Even on hotter days, it still feels pretty good in here when I have both doors open. Press days, no. It hurts in here. But I did pretty good hydrating today. Presses felt good, felt slow. But I attribute that to me not being quick enough, number one. And number two, it's hard to balance, it really is. I always see World's Strongest Man is outside, you know, every year, except COVID year. And those guys always, you know, have to press outside. So, and you see them always wearing sunglasses and whatever else. And I'm one of those people that has to like do something before I really believe it. And now that I understand it, I see why they wear sunglasses. Of course, they wear sunglasses because, you know, they don't get to pick the direction they're pressing from. I would imagine that's pre-decided. So, I mean, they could be staring straight into the sun. I picked facing my house. So, I had something to kind of look at in front, but the more important thing was the sun was kind of to my right. So, the sun didn't really bother me. Just, you know, bright blue sky. Yeah, that did. I don't know if you could realize, but I used like almost no leg drive today. Aside from the Viper press, obviously you have to. But on the axle, I struggled. Anytime I would dip or anything, you know, aggressively like I want to, there was like nothing there. And that was, you know, uneven ground. Mainly I was losing my balance every time I did it, so I just went like a little mini push press. The weight's light enough that I can do that. I don't want to do that though. So obviously if I had something to stare at, I don't think it'd be that big of a deal. But training this way is harder, so comp day should be easier. That's how training should be, though. Training should be harder than the comp day. Ooh. Oh. This is going to be the end of the video after I do these last two sets. I still have some little accessories to do, but this close to the comp, there isn't always a ton of accessories. It's like 2 sets of this, 2 sets of this. So I'm not even going to record those. I'll just, you know, talk to you guys and just stare into the camera. My eyeball hurts. The sty. Every time I blink. How do you get rid of it? Is it just like a pimple? I know it's like a pimple, but do you like pop it like normal? I know they say not to pop them too, but I mean, who does that? So like, does it just go away? It's kind of annoying, if I'm being honest. I don't know, I'll figure it out. That's not what we're here to talk about. Oh, my back is already sore. You use a lot of back in log and axle cleans because you got to keep the bar taped to your body. Oh, I'm pretty excited. Tomorrow they announce the groups for World's Strongest Man. Maybe I'll do a prediction video. I think I did one of those last year. I'm gonna have to look back. I have no idea how close I was. This year's gonna be tough to predict because there's like 11 new guys or something. If Hooper doesn't win, something bad happened. He royally messed up an event or he's hurt. That's the only way I see him losing. I'm trying to think of the finals events now. I'd have to look at them again, but Max Axel Press, that's him. But Tom's going to be right there with him. I think Tom could challenge him. There's a deadlift. That could be close. They could tie. Stones is Tom's, but Hooper did say that he was talking about upsetting Tom in the Stones this year. If he does that, that'll be one of the craziest things I've ever seen in a strongman competition, because Tom has not, aside from that fluke At a Giants live show last year, I think, Brother Stone like rolled away, he messed up or whatever. Aside from a catastrophic thing like that happening, I just don't see Luke being beaten on or Tom being beaten on stones. If Hooper does that, then he is the man. I mean, like, unbeatable. Because he lost a lot of points on stones. But he also hasn't been showing very many stone videos this year, this prep. So I don't know what that means. Usually he's not one to shy away from sharing stuff. So I think it's a 2-horse race between Tom and Hooper. But I don't know. Keg toss, Tom has the edge there, I think. I can't doubt Hooper. I say Tom has this, and I'm like, oh no. So what? I think there's a medley of some sort. Axle press, deadlift for reps, stones, keg toss, some medley of some sort. I think it's yoke frame, or is that in the prelims? I know there's some sandbag loading. Oh, I think yoke frame is car. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. There's a car yoke walk, whatever. I'm all confused. I don't know. Last time I looked at the events, I was like, oh, that's Hooper's. I don't know. Tom seems to bring his A game to Worlds every year. I mean, what, second, first, second in the last 4 years? I mean, come on. That's ridiculous. Of course, then there's Hooper, who's basically never been off a podium. It's just insanity. Oh. Someone did mention that they were like, I bet Hooper breaks the axle record, and he doesn't even need to. Like, he just does it because he wants to show off, be a showman, give the fans a show, and he breaks it. So, I mean, if he does that, that might screw him over. Who knows? And I agree with that. I do think that he is enough of a showman to do that. Do I think it ruins his chances to win? No, that guy seems to just not have, his tank doesn't run out. I've never seen that dude tired. It doesn't make any sense. So, I just don't see him gassing out. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I mean, it's not like, you know, putting money on it or anything. It'd be cool, though. Alright. That's enough blabbering. My throat's getting sore. I need a drink. Hopefully this cold clears up soon. Rest day tomorrow. I never have rest days on Tuesdays. I always deadlift Tuesdays. But because of the, you know, all the cleaning and pressing today, my coach wants me to have a rest day, let the posterior chain kind of heal up, and then hit deadlifts Wednesday. So I'm okay with that. Tomorrow I'm going to like 4-hour round trip drive to go pick up a couple of 50-kilogram Rogue calibrated plates. I needed plates, and these were a stupid good deal. Nobody ever uses 50-kilogram plates, hardly ever. I have a set of 100-pound plates over there, and I never use them because one's like 96 pounds and one's like 103 or something. So like it's at least a 5-pound difference between the two. And you can feel that when you're lifting, so there's just no use in using them. We've actually used them where we've had to put a 5-pound plate on one of their side, the side that was lighter, and balance them out, and it worked. And I'm just not going to do that. So, calibrated 50 kg plates, 110 pounds a piece. That'll be so much better. So I'm going to use those a lot for deadlifts, for sure. Oh, and in case you're wondering, use my code for those weighted out plates. Those really thin ones with the handles I use on like everything. They're the best. I don't know if you can see them, but they're like right there. Storage wise, so nice. I can fit, I usually keep 4 regular 45s, just standard barbell on that weight tree over there, and on the opposite side I have I keep 8 weighted out ones. Now I can fit more on each side, but those 8 weighted out ones take up the same amount of space as 4 regular 45s. And aside from the thinness, like, storage is obviously great. The handles, all plates should have handles. It's just, come on. Those handles are so nice. Especially for me whenever I'm carrying stuff back and forth like this in Strongman. You do a lot of that, so it helps. I've had 0 issues with mine. It's crazy. Crazy customer service. Almost basically a one-guy job there, too. He does, I mean, it's wild the amount of work that guy puts in to make this work. USA made. I don't see any reason to not support them. I mean, Rogue is Rogue. They're good quality, but they're the #1 thing in the world. I don't think they need the extra money. I've bought almost nothing from Rogue, brand new. I think I bought a bar, 2 bars maybe. Some used stuff here and there if it's a good deal, but these weighted out plates are just, I think they're the next big thing. And they have bumpers coming out. I need a pair of those bumpers. Those bumpers are like the same thickness as like a regular 45. And they're just so nice. I need a set. A lot of people will complain because they're thin. They're like, oh, who's going to fill out the bar with all those? I'm like, some people will. That's not really the whole point of them, though. That's not the main design. You can think of a ton. You can hold the plate. You know, if you need like a kettlebell for kettlebell squats, you don't have one, you can use a 45-pound plate because it's got handles. Just hold it out in front. They're just better. All right, sorry for the sales pitch. I got off on a rant there. I didn't intend to do that at all. But I do like them. So, until next time, go out, get strong, stay strong, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.